The only negotiable route to global peace and cooperation goes by the way of the United Nations, unquote. This is even more valid today in a world beset with challenges and complex threats to peace. The UN is an indispensable and powerful tool for the maintenance of international peace and security. It has positively impacted on the lives of millions of people across the world. Thus, the continuing surge in demand for UN peacekeeping is a vote of confidence, trust, and faith in the United Nations. Pakistan is proud to be one of the largest and most consistent contributors to UN peacekeeping, having served in 41 missions in 23 countries since 1960. We currently have over 7,000 personnel deployed in 8 peacekeeping operations, including 7 in Africa. 144 of our peacekeepers have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. The 2015 Leaders' Summit on Peacekeeping was a pivotal, if not historic, moment for UN peacekeeping. As co-host, my Prime Minister made substantial pledges to strengthen peacekeeping operations around the world. Our commitment to UN peacekeeping thus remains as strong as ever. Madam Chair, evolution and reform go hand in hand. We have taken note of the Secretary General's announcement to reform the UN's peace and security architecture. UN peacekeeping, apart from being effective, is also highly cost-effective. The situation where peacekeepers are continuously being asked to do more with less, however, is unsustainable and, frankly, unacceptable. We need to act credibly to provide adequate resources to missions to effectively carry out their diverse mandates and put in place fair, realistic, and permanent mechanisms for review and updating of troop cost and COE reimbursements. In my country's view, effectively confronting the challenges faced by UN peacekeeping requires action that should include the following. 1, ensuring continued political commitment of member states to UN peacekeeping. 2, bolstering triangular cooperation between the troop contributing countries, the Security Council, and the Secretariat. Such cooperation must take place not only in the formation of mandates, but also in their implementation, review, renewal, or change, especially in case of any rapid deterioration of the situation on the ground. 3, protection of civilians where mandated remains critical. Clearly defined mandates would make this task much easier. The goal of protection of civilians is best served by preventing the outbreak of armed conflicts in the first place, addressing root causes, and finding inclusive and lasting political solutions to the disputes. The Secretary General's focus on prevention is, in fact, entirely consistent with our approach and hasn't come a day too early. 4, commensurate with their participation, representation of TCCs, PCCs at the leadership and at senior level in the field and headquarters would provide them with another avenue to provide inputs based on ground experience. 5, a capability-driven approach would enhance the effectiveness of missions. Professional, well-trained, and well-equipped peacekeepers are at the core of this approach, and strengthening of partnerships with regional and sub-regional organizations is critical. Madam Chair, growing overstretch, especially in field deployments, adversely affects the mission's effectiveness, compromising its objectives and complicating exit strategies. It also jeopardizes the safety and security of peacekeepers. We therefore recommend that rather than cost-cutting, we should allocate adequate resources for operational deployment and utilization of forces, especially if deployed in hostile environments. Madam Chair, in conclusion, let me say, when we speak on peacekeeping, we speak on the basis of our abiding ideals and the rich and diverse experience we have gained from our long-standing engagement across multiple theaters of conflict. We share our perspective as a major stakeholder and a leader on the subject. Pakistan is proud of its active and consistent role in strengthening the cause of peace across the world. We will continue to play this vital role as harbingers of hope and security for those battered by the ravages of conflict and turmoil. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished permanent representative of Pakistan for her statement.